What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in the product research course. Today I wanted to go over how to innovate in bad review markets. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. We're actually going to go look at a market, and I'm going to show you how bad reviews can be a good thing for you if you haven't started selling yet. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use this example that I found way back in the day, wooden birthday calendar. So check this out. This product's pretty simple. It's just a little plaque. It's really just more decor than anything. It's this decor, and they have these little wooden pieces hanging down. And essentially you write a person in your family, your friend's name on the little piece that hangs, and their birthday or dates to remember. Maybe you write anniversary and then a date. So that's just to fill you in on kind of what this is. I know when I was looking at it, I was kind of confused as to what this was for. So let me show you something. If we pull up Jungle Scout here, now, as it's loading, I can tell you what we're going to be doing here. We're going to look for sellers that are making sales that have lower than a 4-star rating. And we'll actually use sellers that aren't making sales and look at what their ratings are as well. So there's not a ton of demand in this market. That's one of the reasons I didn't enter it, but it does serve a purpose, and it serves as a good example. So I have some inside knowledge here, and I've actually been looking at the velocity of these reviews and how fast they're coming in versus when listings started. Some of these people got like 40 reviews in one day. So a lot of these are fake. So that doesn't really help us. We want the real reviews. But what we could do is we could actually go into someone like this. Now they have a 4.5 star. That doesn't matter. That still means that people gave it bad reviews. So we're gonna actually use that to our advantage. They're the only one that's actually really doing well. Now keep in mind, bad reviews will get drowned out by a lot of good fake reviews. So if someone has 4.5 stars and 130 reviews, if 120 of those are all fake and 5-star, but the real ones are all bad, that's something we want to look for. So we can actually scroll down, and let's look at the 1-star reviews. Disappointed, very poor quality, engraving is not very visible, is excited to receive a better quality product. So we need to make the engraving more visible. So that's something I would take notes in. I'd actually use that as a note for my when I'm talking to my supplier, I'd make sure that I bring that point up. Generally what I'll do is I'll make a document, I'll open up Google Docs up here, or maybe I'll open my notes or something down here, and I'll start typing in what I'm seeing a lot of. So let's read another one. Hard to assemble. That's very easy. So we can actually have them pre-assembled at the factory. That's something that plenty of suppliers would be happy to do. And then you could use a word like pre-assembled in your title. Okay, so customers are going to see that. Someone might say, okay, I'm going to buy that one. It's pre-assembled. Maybe even charge an extra $1 for that. Cheap quality. Not happy with the quality of this product. The wood discs are very small, making it hard to write the name and the day number on the same disc. Came with 2 markers, but you can't even use them on wooden desks because they're cheap and they bleed, making it illegible. I had to use a thin black Sharpie marker. And even that bled on some of the unfinished wooden discs. So we need to put a lacquer over the discs, guys. We need to get some wood that there's not going to be bleeding on. The way we could test this is if we actually sampled this product. We had the supplier send us a sample, and we test it out. Let's see, are these markers bleeding on the chips? If that's happening to our product, then we need to fix that, right? Because we're going to get the same bad reviews. History will repeat itself here if we don't fix the issues. If we just act like there's no issues, you can't go to your garden and say there's no weeds. You gotta actually pull those babies out, right? So they said they wouldn't even pay $17 for this product. That's kind of sad because this product is pretty big and it should be worth more than that. Extremely light color needs to be darker. Very thin wood also. Okay, make the wood thicker. The color thing is just a preference, so I wouldn't really take that to heart. A little unhappy with the quality. The main board was bowed and did not stay flat when hanging. The pen and markers included caused writing to bleed. So now we have 2 votes for the bleeding of the marker. So that's actually something that we can go ahead and use that as information in ours. So now what I'll do is I'll actually put asterisks next to my list of bad reviews in my notes for the things that are popping up most often. And now this is a real review because we could see here early reviewer rewards. Now what that means is that this customer actually got a little bit of a, not really a coupon, like they essentially got a like a $5 Amazon gift card or something. I forget how that whole thing works, but they got a promotion to do this review. So this is an honest review right here. This is an actual review. Looks nice, but there's typo on the months. For January is Ja. Wow, that's a major oversight there. Not horrible, but not wonderful. The wood has a cheaper quality to it. So what if we used like a real wood? This looks like kind of like plywood. What if we used like a real nice, thicker cut rustic piece of wood? So we could actually, this is a simple product. We could actually have just like a wooden supplier make this from scratch for us. So don't be afraid of thinking outside of the box here. So that's how we're going to use bad reviews to innovate our products. So even if someone has 4.5 stars, that means they still have some bad reviews, or else they'd be 5 stars. Go down into the reviews, right where it says customer reviews, and just sort by the stars. Go read what's wrong with your product. And don't just do that for one seller, do it for a ton of sellers. Go see everything that's wrong with the market. Get a good idea of your target audience and bring them a superior product. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that lesson. This has served me so well and brought me thousands of dollars in sales over my course of selling on Amazon. This method is extremely powerful because we get to see in the mind of the customer. We get to understand their struggles, what pain they're trying to solve by ordering our product. Guys, this is something that's very important to do. If you're really in this course for the right reason, you're here because you're willing to invest in yourself, willing to invest in knowledge. You guys are willing to put in the extra work to make the product better. Okay, don't just sell a Me Too product. Please, please, please do not sell a Me Too product. Don't come out of this course with the same mindset you had going into it. I want to hopefully have changed your mindset coming out of this and see that it is not the idea that is the most important part, guys. It is the differentiation. It is the quality. It's the innovation. That's where people become successful. Okay, so I could find ideas very quickly. The ideas don't matter. Okay, don't just sell a product because the market looks good. Give the customer a reason to buy your product. Fix their issues. Solve something. Again, you get paid in direct proportion to the size of the problem you solve. Solve a big problem, you get a bigger paycheck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you in the next lesson in the product research course.